I feel like doing jiu-jitsu keeps me balanced, right? It's a way for me to release stress, to feel more grounded, and it also gives you that sense of perseverance, right? Like I have to push through. So, and that's how it relates to, I feel like, real estate, right? Like you're gonna have adversity. You have to keep pushing through, you know, and just stay in the course, and eventually like you'll get the outcome that you want. So I'm Justin Halbert. I'm born and raised here in San Diego, local native. Yeah, I grew up playing baseball, grew up surfing here. Both of my parents are from here. They're also natives, so I feel like I'm one of the few. So I would say it was culinary, then into photography, then jiu-jitsu later, and then real estate. Yeah, I think everything I do yeah, there is a balance to it, right? I'd be too burned out if I did like one thing like full time or like with all my strength, you know. I feel like teaching culinary, it's just perfect, right? So it's on a system. We have this system that's going. It's kind of automated. All the kids know exactly what to do. And so then I have extra time because I'm not stressed out there, because I've done it for so long. I know exactly what to do, that I have this extra time that I can pour into the select clients that I work with in real estate. Right? I'm not going to take on as many clients as I can. I know my max, and so that's who I choose to work with. You know, and it's just like jiu-jitsu, right? It's like I know how much my body can take. If I keep trying to push through that, my body's just gonna break down. Yeah, so I have a beautiful family. I have a wife named Stacy, a daughter named Essie, who's 11. I have Rua, who's, what is she, 5.5 now? And they all go to the Rock Academy. So my wife is a teacher there. She's been teaching there, I think, 19 years since it opened. And so my daughter's been going there since they were like 1 or 1.5. And we live right by the school, so they're able to walk with mom in the morning. And she teaches there, and she does some leadership classes and ASB, and she's been there a long time. As a kid, I was playing travel baseball a lot, so I got to know the city a lot. And by playing baseball, by meeting people and staying in touch, I've grown to meet people and just stay in contact with them all around San Diego. So because of that, I feel like I know the city really well. I wasn't one of those kids that just stayed home and played video games or anything. I was out active, I was at the beach, I was playing baseball around the city, so I feel like I know the city really well, and that gives me a certain advantage to other agents that maybe aren't from here. It always feels good coming back to San Diego because I feel like we're so cultured. You know, we have so many, and I just grew up in it, right? Like I just grew up in so many different cultures. We have amazing food, and there's something for everyone to do here, right? You have the beach, you can be out into the mountains. In San Diego, you can actually snowboard and surf in the same day. Of course, we have the best weather, and one of the first jiu-jitsu gyms opened in PB. It was called PB Fight Club. And the owner, Rodrigo Medeiros, would always come into the shop and ask me, hey man, you want to train? He was one of the first Brazilians here in San Diego. And there's kind of like a joke in the jiu-jitsu community that once you get your blue belt, which is after white, you just quit. Because people don't want, they're like, oh, I got my blue belt. But I say the vast majority of people who start jiu-jitsu don't finish. I went from white to black at my gym under my professor, and very few people have done that as well, because it's a world-class gym, so people come in to train from all around the world, but very few start there at white and finish all the way. So I'd already learned how to basically cut fish, how to grill fish. I learned a lot of basics of cooking, but I had another year to complete school after that to get my teaching credential, and I decided against that. I went up to San Francisco and I went to culinary school. You know, the students at my school, they come from very different and diverse backgrounds and troubling backgrounds, like difficult backgrounds. So for me to be able to teach them to cook, I know I'm giving them a lifelong skill, right? So they can then take that skill and you know, down the road, you know, when they have a family, they can provide for their family. They know how to cook and everything. I do try to build a sense of community within the classroom as well. Like they each work in teams, and they have to, each team has a different task, and if that task isn't done, then the whole class doesn't work. Like it falls apart, right? Like if the laundry isn't done or the dishes, it's like a working kitchen, but they're working in teams. So, you know, and I do miss the grind of it and the hustle and the bustle, but I feel like I'm doing pretty well at the school, and it's pretty fulfilling there, you know. I feel like, you know, there might be a stigma, like if you're a realtor, you have to do it like full time, you know, or if you're a chef, you have to do it like full time, you know. But I feel like in my life, everything's balanced. I feel like doing jiu-jitsu keeps me balanced, right? It's a way for me to release stress, to feel more grounded, and it also gives you that sense of perseverance. Like everything at school is great, and it's on autopilot. So it gives me the freedom to help people with real estate, right? Then not only that, but then I have the time to do jiu-jitsu, or if I want, I can go take photos, you know? I feel like teaching culinary, it's just perfect, right? So it's on a system. We have this system that's going. It's kind of automated. All the kids know exactly what to do, and so then I have extra time because I'm not stressed out there, because I've done it for so long. I know exactly what to do. That I have this extra time that I can pour into the select clients that I work with in real estate. So something that I learned a long time ago is there's not a right path for you. There's not one right path for you. There are right paths for you. Like, I feel like there's not a straight and narrow, but there are straight and narrows. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be like one way. And if you're not doing this one thing, then your life isn't going in the right direction. I feel like you can do multiple things as long as you can process that and like your brain can comprehend it, and you can be like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And then you still have time for a family, or you have time for things that you want to do or you love and enjoy doing, then why not? You know, it doesn't have to be like, this is what I'm going to do. And if you came out of college and you had a certain degree and you're like, oh shoot, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do because I didn't do that one thing. Well, I feel like that's a lie. I feel like there's multiple things that you could be doing. And it's kind of like, it's not like a line. It's almost like three-dimensional. Like you're going down this path, but all these paths are crossing.